waning hours of an exhaustive workday, as she treaded the serene pathways beneath the comforting embrace of the nocturnal sky, an unexpected disruption jolted her from the tranquility that enveloped her surroundings. A sudden, deafening sound rent the air, fracturing the peace she had grown accustomed to. In an instinctive response, she pivoted, only to be met with a speeding vehicle hurtling relentlessly in her direction, prompting her to brace for the impending collision that loomed large and ominous. In that suspended, heart-wrenching moment, the world appeared suspended in stasis, time itself seemingly halting its relentless march. Agonizing pain surged through her as the imminent impact threatened to rend her very being asunder. Before she could fully grasp the unfolding catastrophe, her environs dissolved into an impenetrable darkness, engulfing her in an all-encompassing abyss. Subsequently, consciousness returned in fleeting glimpses, casting her into the embrace of compassionate caregivers within the confines of a hospital sanctuary. Following an arduous stretch of medical interventions, a semblance of awareness gradually reclaimed its foothold within her consciousness. However, an inexplicable force seemed to beckon her consciousness away from the confines of her physical vessel. Looking down upon the diligent medical attendants below, she witnessed their valiant efforts to resuscitate her. This dissociation from the corporeal form defied conventional understanding, affording her an inexplicably profound insight into the very essence of life's existence. Enveloped in a tranquil aura, she found herself immersed in an ethereal plane, a limitless expanse that defied mortal boundaries. A mystifying energy pulsed around her, leaving her astoundingly bewildered. While her corporeal being remained in jeopardy, her spirit discovered an unprecedented tranquility and serenity. This extraordinary encounter bestowed upon her a reinvigorated perspective on the fabric of existence itself. Her spirit soared upwards with a swiftness akin to the propulsion of a celestial rocket, casting aside the constraints of her earthly vessel as she drifted amidst the nebulous clouds. The environment transformed into an expansive stage, brimming with an overwhelming sensation of love and security. Her faculties sharpened, enabling her to discern even the most delicate subtleties. The vastness of this celestial realm granted her unrestricted mobility, akin to a liberated soul in unencumbered flight, a spectacle of ineffable splendor. A soft voice greeted her abruptly. Though its origin was unknown, it engulfed her in peace. A radiant angel in white, and holding a golden sword, appeared before her, divine and enthralling. As the celestial being approached, her fear and anxiety faded, replaced by a strange warmth and comfort. The ethereal entity guided her through a portal into an amphitheater-like chamber as her celestial guardian. The screen flashed scenes from her past, including happy memories with loved ones and personal struggles. Some made her happy, while others made her sad, making her think about her past. Throughout this introspective journey, the celestial entity was silent but comforting. After the retrospective journey, she had the chance to try something new. She marveled at her angelic guide's majestic wings and considered flying into unknown realms. Embracing the unknown, she placed her trust in the celestial guidance of her guardian angel, exhaling slowly to calm the fluttering in her heart. Their passage led them through a corridor transcending the realms until they arrived at a vast expanse that seemed plucked from the pages of a celestial tale. Nature unfolded before her in a breathtaking display. Verdant, lush grass swayed gently in an unseen breeze, while vibrant flowers painted the landscape in a symphony of colors. Above, an ethereal starlit sky shimmered with a warmth that felt like a tender caress from the sun. Here, in this tranquil paradise, the boundaries between her existence and the heavenly realm blurred into insignificance, offering her an infinite wellspring of contentment and peace. In an instant, an overwhelming surge of eternal love and hope burst forth, engulfing the surroundings in a profound, deep-seated energy that cocooned her entirely. Redirecting her gaze, she beheld a figure draped in robes as pure as freshly fallen snow, adorned with a radiant crown of gold. The figure emanated an aura of profound sagacity and boundless empathy, their eyes holding the secrets of the universe itself. It was the divine presence of God. With a gentle smile and an outstretched hand, God beckoned her closer, enfolding her in an unending fountain of love and absolution. In a voice as soft as the rustle of leaves in the wind, God spoke, "My dear child, I've borne witness to the trials that have beset you and the agony you've endured. Know that I'm ever present, eternally vigilant, and my love for you knows no bounds." Moved by the divine proximity, she poured out her uncertainties and pondered the essence of her existence. God listened intently and replied, "Each person on earth is precious. Even in mundane jobs like janitor, everyone is unique. Their work goes beyond cleanliness to protect the community. Even the mundane contributions of each person matter." This realization changed her view of her calling and life. God encouraged her to see her job as a service, knowing that each action affected others. Her spirit rose with newfound determination, seeing life through a renewed prism. God told her to return and finish her mission. This decision inspired her to pursue her purpose rather than depressing her. With deep gratitude to God, she discovered her true worth. Instead of pleading to stay, she understood the need to return to Earth to improve herself. She returned to Earth guided by an angelic presence and found herself in a hospital where a dedicated medical team worked to revive her. The nurse told the doctor her heart had stopped beating, so their efforts were futile. As she watched her lifeless body, she felt like a leaf falling without support, anxious. In response to her distress, the angel touched her heart, and the heart monitor lit up with a steady pulse. The angel instructed her essence to return to her physical form. As she reconnected with her body, the hospital room became clearer. After waking up from a haze and stiffening her muscles, her eyes opened to a bright white sterile environment. The doctor's concern mirrored her own as questions about her health arose. Her scratchy throat prevented her from speaking, so she nodded. In the sterile environment, the doctors reported a cardiac arrest and reassured patients of their life-saving interventions. Consciousness fought dizziness and a deep sense of weakness, pushing them to keep her hospitalized. Her solitude allowed her to reflect in the stark white surroundings. She told her doctor about her encounter with an otherworldly presence, which was initially met with skepticism, but eventually accepted. The paranormal revealed itself during her surgery when the doctor heard an ethereal guiding voice for 2 more minutes despite worsening vital signs. During her convalescence, family and friends visited her bedside, boosting her recovery, while the medical team provided exceptional care, allowing her discharge. In the comfort of home, she felt overwhelmed with gratitude for the guardian angel, the tenacious doctor, and God who had guided her. She deeply acknowledged that some life experiences defy scientific explanation. This extraordinary encounter inspired her to diligently care for her physical and mental health. It fueled her personal transformation and relentless pursuit of growth. She became convinced that this singular experience would forever give her a newfound understanding and purpose.
Hey everyone, picture this. In the life of a 9-year-old, something big is about to happen. It's all set to kick off with a super planned family picnic, organized by her dad and his buddy at this totally peaceful lakeside spot where her dad is putting together a cabin. The day feels like a blank canvas just waiting to be filled with adventure. Originally, it was just supposed to be a chill picnic, but then Bob throws a curveball with a spontaneous invite, shaking things up. Next thing you know, they're ditching Ottawa for the mystery of this amazing lake where anything could happen. The idea of exploring this new place is like a magnet pulling them in for a wild ride. While the dads get busy with building stuff in the morning, the kids can hardly wait for an epic boat trip in the afternoon. A group goes swimming on the shoreline, creating a gorgeous image. Her father and a few others joyfully board a boat to explore the big waters. Bob, his wife, their two vivacious children, her mother, three siblings, and herself choose a smaller yacht for 5 passengers. They underestimate fate's twist. Their peaceful excursion ends as their boat capsizes, thrusting them into danger. Her brother becomes an unlikely hero as his snugly fastened false leather jacket becomes a life preserver in the mayhem. She grabs him underwater in a brave show of sibling solidarity, starting a series of events that leads to a heroic rescue. They miraculously emerge from the sea, but with casualties. Lucky for her, a witness empowered by recent CPR tutorials on TV leaps in to save her. She is restored by a miracle collaborative effort, but her recovery is unconventional. Instead of celestial beings or ethereal landscapes, she finds herself in a warm and inviting chamber with enigmatic figures that radiate family warmth and unbounded affection. It's like a loving family, radiating deep love and intimacy that transcends earthly borders. She feels peaceful and content in this sanctuary of warmth and acceptance, like sitting by a crackling fire under a nice quilt. The peaceful atmosphere is interrupted by her deceased grandmother's soothing reassurance and counsel. Despite the temptation of this ethereal domain, she is divided between staying and returning to the mortal realm to care for her mother to please her father. She reluctantly obeys her father's request and wakes up in a strange environment, missing her chamber. She struggles with her odd experience, including the terrifying boat ride as she calls for her mother. Memories of the ship's propulsion failure bring them close to tragedy. Her mother and confident Nora, terrified, accidentally causes the boat to capsize. Nora anxiously holds onto one end as the boat flips, while her mother holds onto the other. 2 toddlers unknowingly keep the boat from sinking by balancing on the surface among the turmoil. Debbie anxiously holds on to the overturned ship as her brother and the narrator are stuck just out of Nora's reach. Debbie was terrified and sought comfort in Nora's company during the tumult. This spontaneous move tragically sealed Nora's fate and started a cascade of events that changed their lives. Nora's father and 2 friends rushed to the scene to help in a dire scenario. They swiftly found another boat and set out on a dangerous rescue attempt to save as many lives as possible from the waves. Despite the danger, they decided not to expose Nora's mother to the boat's hazardous conditions, fearing another tragedy. Nora was quickly rescued from the dangerous waters when the alarm rang, giving hope in the pandemonium. It took nearly 48 hours to rescue her father and sibling from the ocean. This heartbreaking story shows her father's undying dedication to his family. He reunited with them and cradled his infant in the water, a dramatic display of parental devotion that would not be forgotten. Nora arrived at the city days later with her mother and an uncle on a gloomy voyage. Unfortunately, her mother had to tell her that Nora's father and Debbie had died in the boat accident and become permanent water spirits. Nora died in the sea too. Despite being close to the beach, Nora's father bravely crossed the lake's perimeter to reach his family, but he died in the aquatic abyss. Thus, 3 lives were lost in a relentless and devastating sequence, leaving a tremendous trauma. Nora's childhood mortality shaped her personality. Nora's faith was sparked by this moment, which some may ascribe to fate. She began her spiritual journey at 9 or 10, finding comfort and guidance in Sunday school. This encounter shaped her young heart and mind, instilling a deep love and regard for the holy, whether it was a reunion with loved ones or a transcendent power. This life-changing event laid the stage for a lifetime of holiness and generosity. She would have another mysterious meeting in her 20s while pursuing a nursing career. Due to her asthma, a wisdom teeth removal treatment became dangerous. Due to medical facility wait times, she had to travel 2 hours from Ottawa for day surgery. The procedure had a good outcome, but Nora would have a cardiac episode afterward in the fog of anesthesia-induced bewilderment. The medical team's frenzied efforts and cryptic remarks confused her even more. She woke up with fragmentary memories of the episode and vague denials from the doctor concerning heart failure, leaving her to deal with the cryptic aftermath of this unexplained encounter. Nora's nursing career validated the event's great influence, even though medical professionals and her mother were skeptical. When caring for the terminally ill, she would offer quiet discussions and recitations to aid their transition into the unknown. In her convictions, she found herself witnessing what she believed to be the departure of a soul not once, but twice during moments of transition. Each time, she observed a fleeting haze emanating from the body, seemingly near the heart, dissipating into the surrounding air. It was as if a loquacious spirit, vibrant and compelling, detached from its earthly vessel in a vivid display, igniting within her a newfound purpose, that of a death doula guiding souls to their afterlife journey. Her mission extended beyond the realm of death. She became a fervent advocate for confronting the fear of mortality, imparting lessons on resilience and cherishing every human life, irrespective of circumstance. As a nurse, she approached each individual with unwavering respect, viewing encounters in public spaces and transit as opportunities for genuine human connection. She believed in the profound impact of small gestures, a kind word, a shared conversation, capable of illuminating even the bleakest of days. To those captivated by her narrative, to those hungry for stories that stretch the boundaries of the mind and reflections that plumb the depths of the human spirit, an invitation awaits. Consider subscribing and, with a gentle notification, embark on an enthralling journey alongside her. Together, we'll traverse a landscape of adventures and contemplative musings, exchanging encouragement as we uncover new revelations. Here's